One night, I was on the side of the road whilst I was on patrol. I was just taking a brief break and enjoying my coffee when I started hearing something. It sounded like there was a vehicle approaching where I was. Then suddenly, this truck just zoomed past me and it was driving erratically. So immediately, I pursued the driver. I thought it was odd and suspicious that someone would be on this road this late whilst the weather was this wild, especially a trucker. I signaled for the driver to pull over and he eventually did. We were pulled over on the side of the highway. I got out of my car and I began to approach the driver. I shined the light on his face, and this was when he revealed that his face was covered in blood. When I asked him about the blood, I was not expecting his response. He began explaining how he had brutally clubbed a deer to death with a weapon. I was shocked, so I inspected the back of his truck. It was completely empty, apart from a bloody wrench and scissors. I questioned him further, but his story was constantly changing and his behavior was very suspicious. I ended up arresting him under the Wildlife Act and began investigating his claim of illegally killing an animal. I got in contact with a conservation officer who was skilled in tracking, and I got him to assist me in finding the deer that the man claimed to have killed. He managed to find tire tracks on a road just off the highway that matched the truck. He followed the tracks up the road, and then in the freshly fallen snow, he managed to find footprints leading into the woods. He tracked the footprints, staying alert and looking for the deer. The footprints were going pretty deep into the woods. He was pretty concerned that maybe the snow would cover the deer and he would not be able to find it. But what he ended up finding is something that shook him to his very core. There, laid in the snow, was the body of a young woman. It was clear that she had been brutally beaten, killed, and dumped at this location. Despite the fact the woman lay deceased in the falling snow, the body was actually still warm, which is a clear indication of how close we had come to stopping this guy from doing this despicable act. He was charged with murder, and he will never see the light of day again.